Okay, it happens. Sometimes properties take 6 months to sell. How can you make sure it's not you? Stay tuned. Good morning, Billy Bob. Show us your eye.
Mate, let me show you the photo. Something very scary happened to me on the weekend, everyone. My phone's being a little bit funny. Actually, my phone might be completely dead this morning. It's just, it's not having a good day. I was cooking an egg in the microwave, which I thought was normal. Mark was saying it's not. So much pressure built up in this egg.
I've never cooked an egg in a microwave.
Yeah, well, I do regularly. So I'm a bit of a veteran at this process. It's never happened to me before. So much pressure built into this egg that it just exploded in my face. Thought I'd lost my eyesight. I had egg in my face, my hair, on the roof, everywhere. Absolutely everywhere.
And there's hot egg in your eye.
Yeah, no shell.
Was it hot?
Yeah, it was 40 seconds in the microwave. Yeah, it was hot. No shell, but it was a bit of a mess, and it stank real bad.
So any kids that are watching, just do not put an egg in a microwave. Full stop.
Yeah, or limit it to 30 seconds. Yeah.
Jesus.
Anyway, yeah, there we go. On with the show. On with the show.
Good day yesterday.
Yeah, busy
Sunday.
day. But it's funny because everyone's talking about properties selling in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, and then you go, yeah, I just sold one, took 6 months to sell. They go, what? It's almost like you shouldn't be proud of that.
It's a bit. Yeah. So this show is about tailored solutions that don't particularly fit real estate agents, nor do they fit buyers or sometimes even tenants, but it just suits the owner's particular circumstances, which is a really good example, this particular one here. So let's talk about the sale of, what's the address?
28/14 Maramba Road in DY. So this was a entry-level 2-bedroom apartment. It had a little bit of work done to it. We knew from the beginning the owner had a price in mind and, needed above market value at the start of our campaign to just make it work for him.
So, Billy, how did you meet this guy?
He came through the office. I think it was a phone call, ran over the road. It was nice and close to the office, so literally ran over the road with an appraisal one day and just talked about it in the living room about his ideas and where he would go and what he would do if the property was sold, but also sort of very much worked around why it was above market value and how we were going to achieve that without wasting his time or money and our time or money.
So it was vacant?
Yeah, the property started off vacant.
It was vacant. It was a 2-bedder, 50-year-old block. It was on the market already for how long?
Been on the market the year before for 6 or 8 weeks and no result. So
how much did they want back then?
They were looking in the 8s. So the market was a little bit warmer back then, but they were looking in the 8s, like low to mid 8s. And that didn't come to fruition. So the tenant then moved out. The property was vacant, and then it came to us.
What offer did he have on the market last agent?
I think 820.
Knocked it back.
Knocked back, yeah.
Now, we're waiting for some new data to come through, but DY has corrected negative 20%. So from those days to him bringing it back on the market, so that tenant moved out. He had the offer of 810 or 820. That tenant moved out thinking, I don't want to be in a property because it might come up for sale again, probably.
Yeah.
came across to you, said, "What's the solution or what you can offer?" What'd you offer?
We offered our pre-market strategy, which was effectively give us 2 weeks of the property vacant, so we can just have 4 or 5 opens a week. So that was almost one every day, staggered throughout the week to get buyers through. So it was 2 weeks of just absolute pushing. And then it was, let's not be silly about it. If we don't have a result for you in 14 days, let's put a tenant in for 6 months. So it's not burning your cash flow. Someone hopefully that will still allow some form of access, and then we can introduce buyers whilst we're meeting them at other properties, because we were selling quite a lot similar around the corner. So it was a good way to have those on realestate.com. He wasn't paying for that, but we could introduce the buyers coming off domain realestate.com and then push him his way as well.
So he did not have the property on realestate.com and he did not have it on domain?
No, just on our website and just in our list.
So how would you get buyers from realestate.com or domain then? Doesn't make sense.
Well, when we're selling other properties around the corner and those ones are marketed properly, they're the same buyers. So as soon as I get their number and name, I say, thank you for inquiry, great property. If this is the one for you, let's service you on that one. But if it's not, here's another one to take a look at. So we push them over.
So what was he going to do with the money, the owner that sold this property? Was he going to further invest it, put the money into his mortgage?
Yeah, reposition, almost like an investment, but at the same time it would help his family as well, to kind of like set his son up.
And guys and girls, I do have to say I'm seeing a lot of people at the moment get rid of their investment properties. Don't like to say it, don't like to admit it. Sometimes that's the perfect time to do the opposite thing and buy an investment property. But there's an example of one here. This is a good chat about someone who wasn't really keen on spending the money all the time to sell the property, but would release and sell the property if it was a corker of a price. So I think that people always think it's got to be a violent 4-week auction campaign that's going to cost a lot of money. This was quite the opposite. Yeah,
quite literally. It was over 6 months and a real $0 investment from his end initially, which I think is the important part and the part that actually helped the client, because there was no point in investing, too much money into the campaign, not knowing if he's going to get the result.
So Billy, where'd you get the 6 months from? Was that 3 months with the other agent and us, or what was the breakup of those?
No, it was from January. It was mid-January through to last week. The property's just sold, so it was 6 months with us.
And did the property have to be open every Saturday?
No.
So I'm starting to feel bad for the tenant.
Yeah, after our first 2 weeks and the tenant moved in, we dropped off to by appointment, and that would be as frequent as we were having conversations. So there was a property selling around the corner with a lot of buyers coming through it. And at that time, there were a lot of people that wanted to see the other one. So we did almost have an open every Saturday, as long as the tenants were okay with that. And then once that one sold as well, it dropped off a little bit to sort of every other weekend. The benefit of having a vacant property at the start as well is that we had really good video content from our phones. So as soon as someone wanted to see it, I could just show them a video to begin with, like a virtual walkthrough video. And they were pretty satisfied with that. And then if they liked the idea of seeing more, then we'd organise an appointment for them.
Mate, it sounds like the tenant's as much as a champion as the agent. What a legendary tenant.
Yeah, the tenant, couple, beautiful, really lovely couple.
They need a bottle of wine, a good one.
Yeah.
So, mate, that's the tale of the sale. And the big thing out there, guys and girls who are watching, that if your campaigns are wide and varied, and I think it's about your agent. When you're looking at selling, it's about your agent identifying what's important to you. Is it time? Is it money? Putting a campaign together for that. What did you end up selling the property for?
$785,000. Which
so it was less than what he had offered 12 months prior.
It was less than what he had offered prior. However, to put that into context for the guys and girls at home, and I wish I could show you some photos this morning, a larger property in the same block traded 6 weeks before that for 730,000. So the market, yes, has come back a little bit since then, but to see the difference of 55 grand, I think that's goes to kind of show what a strong result that was. So yeah.
And I think we can all confidently say the market's lifted as well. That was also a little bit of a help for us and for the owners and for everyone. So that's it's a really good sign of the times that we're starting to see it all across the media now that market's stronger.
Yeah, it was a good result and a really nice opportunity to help some first home buyers. They managed to land their first place with a tenant in place for the first few months where they can get their cash flow pumping and get back on their feet, let the mortgage settle down, and really good result all the way around.
How good is that? And have a great day, Billy Bob. You got a big day ahead of you?
Yeah, I do. No eggs involved, no cooking, just calls.
Hey, I've just got to also tell you a little bit about yesterday. What happened to me very quickly. I went to the Apple store after 1 year of having my watch, and I complained about the band being frayed.
Yeah.
And they replaced the whole watch.
The whole watch. You're saying this is the best experience you've ever had?
I got a new Apple Watch.
Wow, look at that. This might be better than the last one.
No, I bought this watch and I was a bit of a tosser when I bought it because a normal Apple Watch was like $800-900, but the Hermes Apple Watch was $2,000, and I was like, you wear a watch every day, very important thing, does a lot of work for you. I'm going to buy the expensive one, and I bought the expensive one with the tan strap.
Yeah.
And I was like, looks. Lisa reckons it looked a bit girly, but that's fine. And then in the last 3 months, I was eyeing off the Ultra watch, the new big one. So that was a Series 7, then there was a Series 8, then there was an Ultra. And I was like, walking past Apple yesterday, I thought I'll just go in, have a look around, started talking to the lady. I said, oh, look, my strap on my old watch is like rubbish. And because I spent almost double on what I'd normally spend on an Apple Watch, I said, pretty disappointing. Anyway, they booked me into the Genius Bar straight away. Anyway, she has let me go read the policy on straps. Anyway, she comes back and she goes, good news, the straps, we can replace it for you, but you've got to do this, and that. And I said, why don't you just replace the whole watch and the strap? And she goes, that's a great idea. let me check with my manager. Comes back, she says, yep, we can do that. There's your gift card for $2,000. And
so then got the new watch and walked out.
And the brand new Ultra was $1,200, and I was like, I had a gift card with $800 left over, and I was like, what happened there?
That's
Apple rocks.
That's a good story. You wouldn't get that at Samsung.
Right. Nah, you wouldn't get that. Anyway, have a great day, huh?
See ya, guys. Have a good Monday.
See you, mate.